You got the legend, which basically kind of, as we go through the material, you'll be able to kind of read and say, okay, all right, that makes sense what he's saying. This is breaking down the different tiers of Sundown Town. So for the first one, we got Harrison, Arkansas. This is a tier one confirmed hard sundown town, widely documented. Before you come at me, do your simple Google that take 20, 30 seconds and you will see what the hell you need to see. But either way, you devils is gonna come with the bullshit regardless. It's all good. All right, so this town is one of the most documented sundown towns in Arkansas. One of the most well known active sundown towns in the United States. That motherfucker said in the United States. So I had to put the cherry on top with that shit. And then they say it's ongoing and self reinforcing. That's the thing with a system. When people always try to say, as far as white people, not all, but the ones who not are racist per se, but the ones who are just oblivious to the bullshit. When the racist people, when they die off, then it'll go away. No, these systems of white supremacy will never end because a motherfucker who lynched some people in 1930 or 1950 finally died. No, these systems, they're systems for a reason. Those older people taught their sons taught their sons, their grandchildren of the millennials of now still practicing these ways and actions. These millennials who've been taught these ways are the cop that's pulling you over in the middle of fucking night when you broke down or if you got caught speeding through the middle of nowhere type shit. The doctors, the judges. All right, so anyway, the more history on this town, right? So Harrison, Arkansas, they had in 1905 and in 1909 there were two separate race riots slash mass expulsions. If you want to, that's the cleaner way of saying it, right? But in these both of these incidents, black residents from Boone County, and with the 1909 event being one of the most thorough ethnic cleansing operations in Ozark history, black residents were driven out at gunpoint following accusations against the black man. Do we even need to hear the rest of what this black man allegedly did? No, because most niggas already know the deal. They still use that shit to this day in various ways. But anyway, they tried to clear out a whole goddamn county on their ass. So anyway, Harrison became headquarters for the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan and later the White Citizens Council infrastructure in the Ozarks. If y'all watching this video and you're taking notes, jot this shit down because people who think just because you don't hear the name Ku Klux Klan as much as you do anymore, it must be gone. It's just like with the devil. The greatest lie is people thinking that he don't exist. The Klan is still thriving better than ever. Them motherfuckers is just smart. They flipped it. Pardon me. They take different iterations, different names. You know what I mean? You might, if you look up the Invisible Empire, that's one of their other little motherfucking aliases. You know what I mean? The Imperial Knights of this, and they got 1,000 of them shits. If you know what to look for, you'll find it. But anyway, so in the modern era, Harrison became home to Thomas Rob's Knights of the Ku Klux Klan, which pretty much operated um, its national headquarters from this area for decades. Rob's organization maintained a presence and published the Torch newsletter from the region. How these cats is standing on a barbaric business? They got a newsletter called the fucking Torch. You know what I'm saying? That's some crazy shit right there. So it says that the town has had recurring billboard campaigns, some founded by local residents, stating anti racist is a code word for anti white. So the fact that they even had to say that, I'm going to imply that the whites there are fucking racist if they take offense to anti racist. You know what I mean? That's just a hit dog is going to holler. So anyway, signs like these have been placed on Highway 65 and Highway 62 as you approach the city, which functions as an active exclusionary signaling to black travelers. And I want to take a moment to say, because I didn't realize that the Green Book that our ancestors used from where I think 1936 when it was first published up to now, it's no longer a book, but it functions as an app. So for those who heavy on the road, truckers or people who just like to take road trips, y'all might want to check into that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna push it too hard because they ain't sending me no bread or no free membership. But until then, I'll just throw it out there lightly. But hopefully, a spot like this is in that app, and hopefully, if any of you listeners had any kind of crazy experiences or live in the area of Harrison or near it, y'all might need to, you know, enter that into the app because see, here's the thing: people are caught up in this, future bullshit, right? This future mumbo jumbo. It's 2026. There's no more racism. We had a black president. Shut the fuck up. All of this shit is still popping off. It's just more low key than ever because now there's cameras everywhere. You know what I mean? And shit like that. They got to be slicker with what they do. But using this same technology, all of y'all that are getting jammed up, that's going through whatever the hell y'all might be going through in y'all travels, y'all might want to start really literally putting y'all fucking experiences in on that app, or hit up somebody like myself, or hit up somebody like Rena Freeze, who her videos on these sundown towns is next level, you know what I'm saying? And really, you know what I mean? Really, I might need to hit her up. You can hit me up too. I still talk about some of your experiences on the channel. Um, but I have no ego. If there's somebody who's doing something a little bit better than what I'm doing, I'm gonna give them some shine because there's enough to go around for everybody. So anyway, back to this situation, right? So the town has had reoccurring billboard campaigns, and then in 2020, the census listed Harrison's black population at approximately 0.5% of roughly 13,000 residents. Statistical profile consistent with active exclusion, not organic demographics. So that zero point 0.5 is gonna probably be that one to two niggas that hit my comments that say, I grew up here, I lived here my whole life. I ain't seen no racism or this ain't a sundown town. You have to understand the dynamic. White supremacy deals with power. If you one of them niggas that they already got under control, plus you done grew up with these devils your whole life, they looking at you different than how they looking at the outside niggas passing through. You know what I'm saying? They already know who you are. They know your mom, your grandmother, your father. If you act up, they know where to go to get your ass. You ain't a threat. the niggas that don't know about the politics of that region or that town that's passing through, those are the motherfuckers that they gonna be at. Those are the motherfuckers that's gonna experience everything that a lot of people in these various comments and in other states that have been, saying what they've been through. Those are the niggas that's gonna be feeling it, not your ass. You know, I hate to say it. All right, so anyway, the classification, like I said, this is a tier one, hard confirmed, active expulsion history, plus sustained clan infrastructure, plus modern reputation maintenance, plus fucking billboard campaigns. What they say, the writing on the wall can't get any clearer. When niggas is putting shit on a fucking billboard paying bread, you better goddamn bust a U-turn out that bitch. The fuck you talking about? Plus, near zero black population. Nigga, this shit is adding up. This is like six things just stacked on top of for those who are slow and or not quick on peeping red flags. This is like 6 or 7 flags. Fuck y'all niggas doing? So this ain't no historical shit. This is still in play. This is some shit still in progress, basically.